Hey Babblers, we are back here in another episode of RimWorld, and just to give a quick recap, last episode we had a whole bunch of turmoil. We took in a guy named Martin, who is all gray. I don't know why. Did he escape out of a chimney or something? But he said he had no home. Could we kind of help him out for 20 days, and if we treat him well, he'll stay. We're also helping somebody who crash landed. You want to know more about that? Click on the link above to watch the last episode to see what kind of tragedy struck and to see how we got to a point where there's blood all over the place, all this filth and complete disarray, which we're hoping to undo this episode. All right, so let's see. We have 6 food. That's going to be our main thing that we need to focus on for right this second. Want to check out a little of these overlays here. We haven't done any of that really. So there's a fertility overlay right there. That fertility is 70%. This is 140%, and this is 100%. So the light green shows the normal fertility, and the kind of mustard yellow color shows 70% fertility. So we're looking for that bright green, and there really is not any of that on this map except all the way up here. That's a pretty good spot, but not enough for us to relocate everything. So I think we're going to stick with our original plan, which is to ultimately relocate to up here, where we'll have a geothermal power generator, and we'll be able to grow food all the time. We'll have sun lamps, we'll have batteries and everything. One thing that's looming, though, is Ally has a Go Juice addiction. It's a dependency, actually. She last ingested Go Juice 19 days ago, and after 30 days of not ingesting Go Juice, she will fall into a coma. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. How long until Martin leaves? Martin is leaving. Let's see here. Do we know when? So he is leaving in 15 days. So he's leaving in 15 days, and she's going to go into a coma in 11 days. So I'm not exactly sure where we can get Go Juice on such short notice. I'm thinking, quite honestly, that this is a moment that if we don't move now, 11 days from now, the whole colony dies. If she falls, everything falls. She outlasted Wilson and Lizzie and Rissa. And we always thought that she was the one that was going to be the one that went crazy and destroyed the colony. Well, she may actually be the one that saves the colony. So the goal here is I'm going to make, 20 food, something like that, and then set her off on a caravan. And we're going to send her to Hai, which is our local little village here by the faction of Shalonla. And I'm going to hope that they have Go Juice. If they don't have Go Juice, we have another neutral faction, the Irkamro Pact faction. That's probably another day's travel. So we need her with about 8 days worth of food, and be able to leave enough for Martin to live, even though Martin could kind of struggle by on his own because he knows how to cook. So there's the goal. That's what we need to do. And if we don't do it now, she's going to wind up fall into a coma, and she may even fall into a coma on her way back from this trip if we can't have her ingest the Go Juice. Okay, Martin, you're playing some chess. Let's see what your needs are. Your mood is great. So if this can stay, he's going to decide to stay with us. If his mood is good and he's treated well, he said that he would stay with us. We have 15 more days to do this, though. But a quarter of the way through, we're looking pretty good. We have a bunch of wood here. Let's chop up those stumps. Ally, you're going to cook to, let's call it 22. We need 22 packages of food. While she's doing that, let's assess what she has as far as gear. Not really very much gear. She has lightweight stuff. We don't really have any other gear. It's all either deteriorated by now, or it's tainted. In fact, we should get rid of that, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. She has a gun. And I'm going to have her pick up some meals soon. We're going to make a zone for a... Where is it? There's a caravan spot under miscellaneous, is it? There we go. Okay. We have 11 food. How's this guy doing? I think that Martin will feed him when he gets up, so we don't need to worry about that right now. We have plenty of fuel right this second. This is all ready to be harvested. So Martin's probably going to work on that, I would assume. Let's see where we're at with that. So I think I changed his priorities. Hauling is something I made a priority for him. I think we can invest in the future now and make him do growing. And plant cut as priorities. I really need somebody who is just a hauler and a cleaner. Both of these characters, both Martin and Ally, will not clean for various reasons. Okay, something blew up. Meteorite, silver ore. A large meteorite has struck ground in the area and has left behind a lump of silver ore. And it landed on a... Did it really land on... It landed on a bunny rabbit. Well... That was unfortunate. Poor guy. He was just hopping around and... Got hit by by a meteorite. Do I have anybody that knows how to mine pretty well? No, not at all. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Stick to the plan. Okay, we're at 15 food. And Essel is fully healed. He's moving. I think he's probably going to return to his people for now. He's sowing the field? Oh no, he's harvesting the rice plant. Yeah, his skill is so low in plant cut. It's only a 3. I was used to Wilson, who would be able to cut this fairly quickly. But that's fine, he's going to learn. He decided to eat outside. Alright, so relations with the Exodus Empire have actually changed from 0 to 16 because we helped out that guy. That's great. Ally's going to bed. She made about 7 meals today, ultimately net. Martin is also going to bed? No, he's praying. Okay. You know, Martin, maybe we'll get you back to hauling for a little bit. Gonna get rid of plant cut for now. Gonna get you to sow this after you haul that. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flip-flop that. We're gonna make it that he sows first. And then he will haul later on. You know, that meteorite hit pretty close to our base. And once again, remember, we still have this Sight Strider or whatever it is, anomaly here. That's locked away. Probably right there. Where you go, Martin? You gonna go sacrifice to that thing? Alright, that's fine. I've stopped fighting you on that. It's being consumed by the Harbinger tree. I kind of want to chop one down to see what it does, but we're not going to do that right now since we're in dire straits. There we go. Corn is great, actually. Corn is something that you have, if you have a lot of, it'll last for 60 days without spoiling, even though it's unrefrigerated. Just takes a long time to grow. Go to bed, Martin. While they're doing that, what's going on with our animals? We have multiple. There's Rex. There's Iggy. They have hay grass growing, 63% grown, but they have plenty of grass around since they're not penned in. The only place they're not allowed to go is into the building here, into our home, which I should have done earlier. Oh, great. Ally got food poisoning. So I'm definitely not going to be able to send her on a caravan. And I can't afford to send Martin because first of all, his mood will probably get really bad, and then he won't stay with us. And secondly, I think it's going to be tight timing-wise anyway with her. She's going to have to drink the go juice or take the go juice before she actually gets back to camp. She's grabbing this hair and is going to butcher it. I just got rid of it, said not to allow it. She vomited right there. Okay, that's fine. At least it's out in the wilderness. Maybe when she's recovering. She just vomited. I mean, there's blood all over the place. There's vomit. There's animal filth. Whoever the new colonist is that may join us, I mean, it's quite the welcome. Let's put it that way. If they stay, that means they're pretty dedicated. What's that ding? Minor break risk. Ally. Yeah, I know. You're miserable. Food poisoning major. Once she's recovering, I'm going to send her off. What's the priorities again? Plant cut. What we have growing. Who's a major risk? Ally, eat that food and then maybe just go rest. So Ally is in serious pain because of the food poisoning. And actually, the status says the pain cleanses me. I like it. And that's because she's part of the pain chamber. So pain is idealized. Idealized, not idealized. To experience nerve-singeing pain is a mark of morality. Huh. Now, I don't know how you get the... Are these other things that you're able to select, or they're just part of it? I guess there's roles. Doesn't care about corpses, doesn't like insect meat. We'll have to delve into that a little bit at some point. So she got food poisoning because of a very dirty kitchen. I would send her off because her mood is okay. I'd send her off, but her movement is impacted by the fact that she is experiencing food poisoning. Where's Martin? He's training Rex. Okay. Ally. I know. Why don't you just go cook? Need him to harvest this area. Problem is, he doesn't have enough plant skill to be able to re-sow these cacti. So once we're out of this wood here, we're going to have some problems. But we need this wood to fuel the stove so she could make more food and go on her journey. She'll probably heal in a day. But her mood's really getting up there, so that's good. Just put a book back, and now is going to go rest. Yeah, go ahead. Go sleep off this food poisoning. There you go. Nice and refueled. All right, Martin. Hauling is your priority. Then growing, and then plant cut. How's his mood? We definitely want him to stay. Oh, wow. He's 70, 89, 80%. 84, 85%. He's a great addition, so I hope he stays. And this is like the first time we've had sunlight because I made a deal to get some materials at the beginning of this whole thing. And it was foggy and rainy for 13 days or 17 days, something like that. Quest available. Royal Ascent. You have learned of a way to escape this planet. The High Stellarch of the Exodus Empire will perform a customary visit with any count of his domain upon request. Invite him. Satisfy his royal needs for 12 days, and all of you can ride the shuttle to the Imperial Flotilla. You may then join the Imperial Court or escape to a new life among the stars. Earning the title of Count means completing quests to earn honor. Gotcha. I'm definitely not ready for that yet, and we don't have any counts in the clan, in the colony right now. Ally, how you feeling? Okay, food poisoning is gone. You know what? I think she's gonna go. And she's gonna take pretty much all the food after she does this. She's gonna take 10 food. Alright, let's pause for a second, see where she is. So her mood is not great because of all these other deficiencies, and most of it is because of that genetic chemical dependency. Alright, let's go. World. Let's form a caravan. We're gonna take Ally. She only has 2.4 days of food. Alright, she has 4.8 days of food, 6.5 days of food. I'm gonna take some corn. I guess she could take one medicine. No, she'll take 2. Any items she wants to bring? Silver, because I need to be able to buy stuff. Hope I have enough silver to get go juice. That's a whole other thing. Let's bring these books in case we need to sell them. They're very lightweight. Hopefully I don't have to sell them. And then a knife. And how about some bird skin or some hyperweave? Let's try that. Travel time is 1.1 days. All right, our first caravan. Come on, Ally. Some people's diets still don't allow most of the food in your caravan. If they're forced to eat it due to hunger, they will become unhappy. Okay, let's go back. What are they talking about? Ally, what's your problem? Let's see. I think she doesn't like a certain kind of food. Maybe it's the corn. You know what? You need the corn. I know you don't like it, but it's the only thing that won't rot. Although it says it's going to rot in 1.5 days. So, actually, we're going to have to buy food when we're there. Let's just hope for the best here. Send. Confirm. Okay. Okay, she's off. There she is. All alone. You gotta get to High, buy Go Juice, drink the Go Juice, and then get back without starving. Let's check. So Allies Caravan. So far, so good. Okay, start resting. This has the following benefits. They could forage for food. I don't think we need to rest yet. Unless she's hurting. No, she's okay. Martin, what are you up to? You still have food here, so just do your thing. Harvest and sow your seeds. Looks like Ally actually can't forage. This smooth skin is a travesty, it says. Join offer. Oh, Martin wishes to join your faction. Martin believes that he is happy at Hope. He wishes to join you permanently. Absolutely, Martin. Great, we completed that quest. Does that give him any kind of mood buff? No, but he's going to be fine. Great. So we now have 2 people. Is she moving at all? No, doesn't look like it. So why don't you just rest? Gazelle self-tamed. The gazelle has become tame and is now designated Gazelle 1. I mean, I think you know what the gazelle is going to be named. What do you think? So think to yourself, we have Iggy the iguana, Rex the rhino, we did have Sally the sow, and now we have a gazelle. What do you think I'm going to name the gazelle whenever I get around to it? Let me know if you were right down in the comments. I always wanted to say that. All right, so your sleep is at 76%. Let's get going. You can go. You don't need to wait. Or you're not traveling at night. Okay, it's fine. How long till we get here? Quarter of a day. Couple of hours. Come on. Well, you know, let me pause real quick because that's important to see. Where is the animal? The gazelle is a female. Okay, so that's a little more information for you. It's a female gazelle. Caravan arrived at Hi Hi. Okay, I think then we now do trade. Do you all have go juice? You all have any of that damn there go juice? I don't see go juice. Yep, I don't see go juice on this whole list. I'm going to search for it to double check. All right. Since you don't have go juice, well, you know what I could do? I could lessen my load a little bit. Let's sell the corn. We're going to sell the hyperweave. It's good to note they have animals for sale here. And do I have... Maybe I can get some food here that'll last me a while. Do they have any pemmican? Or something like that? I need something that's going to last longer than a normal bit of food. But I'll buy 2. Does chocolate last? No, it doesn't. What does Psychite do? Psychite tea. Nope, she wouldn't like that. Actually, she likes the pain. Is there anything that would help her get there quicker? Can I ride on one of these things? Okay, well, that's not really helping me at all. Well, we know what they have here. We're going to sell this to get the money. We'll then have like 500 something silver. Just do one more check. All right, accept. All right, now How fast till she gets there? Oh, only less than a day. The Sugu is the next closest faction, and they are hostile to us. The next spot would be the Gu Oink. They're also hostile. We have the Shalonla down here, Yam's encampment. But that's way far away. We will not make it there. So it's going to have to be... she's sleeping, so go ahead and rest. So let's think about this. If for some reason she isn't able to get Go Juice, then what we need to do is we have 30 days to find Go Juice with only Martin. Now we're almost done making a drug lab. And then we could maybe research Go Juice production. What do we need for Go Juice? We need Nutramine and Yayo. All right, so that's the goal. If she does not find Go Juice at this place, at Komba Plateau, she's going to have to get Nutramine and Yayo. And he's going to have to go into high gear researching. Then at least he could make one. I'm seeing down here, it says days of food 4.2, rot in 0.4. Now, does that mean all of it rots? I think it does. We're about to find out. 0.3. We have, let's think about this, 5 simple meals and 1 fine meal. So 6 meals total. Let's see what happens. So all this kind of like purplish looking stuff is pollution. Quest active, the rescue of Jackson. Okay, it says Cave, Exochrome Archnotechnist of Shalonla says that his friend has been wounded while traveling. The victim is Jackson, a 30-year-old hearth tender. Cave has nobody to spare to rescue Jackson, but says that if you can make it to Jackson's position and rescue him, he will join you. Cave says that there may be an unknown threat. I can't see anything. Jump to incapacitated refugee. That's all the way over here. That's not too far, but it's far. I have 15 days to rescue him. May not get it, Jackson, but I'm going to try. So food is rotting in 0.4. Yep, so a lot of the food has rotted. So you're going to have to buy food at this town too. Okay, so let's trade. What do you have here? Quick glance, I don't see any go juice. No go juice. And you have any of that Nutrimine stuff? And that Yayo? Nope. So this coming to here was a bust. What can I get here to make the trip worth it? Pemmican. Pemmican lasts a long time. It takes a while to rot. So let's do that. No, not all that. Maybe 50? 100? 200? We'll do 200. All right, we'll pause because we need to think about what we're doing here. We're not going to that town. How long, just for arguments, well, let's see. How long until she's gonna actually just like die or go into a coma? I can't tell that from here. Let me hit the eye. There we go. Bio. Health. 7 days from now, she's gonna go into a coma. So it's going to take her 1.9 days to rescue this guy. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens. Let's trade with the high. They're barely out of the... They're on the way. Martin, are you good with food? You only have one food left? You're just going to sit here and let yourself starve? So let's change your work and make you a cook. We'll prioritize it. And if we're going to go there, I mean, we might as well go here to try to see if there's go juice. But I think that'll be risky. Although on the way back, we'll be able to get this road back to our town, which is great. Wow, he's really cooking fast. Why aren't you sowing your seeds here, by the way? Yeah, you need to sow. Prioritize sowing seeds. We need rice in 3 days, otherwise we'll be low on food again. All right, so let's assess the situation while we're waiting. So we visited High, we visited Komba Plateau. They don't have any go juice. This town over here is hostile to us. This town is hostile. The next closest town that's not hostile is Yam's Encampment, which is right by this guy that we have to go and save. And then, I mean, we really have just hostile people all around then. We're almost back at High. Remember, we want to try to get Nutrimine because she didn't have any. They didn't have any of the go juice. Do we have Yayo? They don't have Yayo. They have Nutrimine. So we're gonna buy 10 of that. We're gonna buy some medicine while we're here. And what else can we use? Nothing's changed. I don't have that much money. So Yayo. Let's think about that. How do we get Yayo? Is that a crop? How do I learn what Yayo is? Go juice production, go juice. The ingredients need to make Yayo. So Yayo is a refined, powdery preparation of the psychite drug. When snorted, it produces a rapid euphoric high, dramatically reduces the user's need for rest, and suppresses pain. Like all forms of psychite, it is addictive, though it is not as addictive as the cruder flake. So, how do I make Yayo? You need psychoid leaves. 8 psychoid leaves. Can I grow psychoid yet? Yes, with the minimum skill of 6, and I bet you he doesn't have 6. He has 4, so he can't even plant it. Do they have psychoid here? Or whatever it is? Psychoid leaves. They have psychoid leaves. We're going to get enough for 3 doses. Accept. And how long until she passes out? Six days. So let's plan this out. If she goes here to try to rescue this guy, how do we do? That's 1.2 days. You know what? If she can get to this guy, even if she falls into a coma, he'll carry her back. But I think we're going to make it back. We need this guy. We're going to get him. Let's go. Martin's plugging along. He's training Rex. All right, where is that gazelle? So it's a female gazelle. And I asked you what you thought I was going to name the gazelle before I knew it was a female. And 100% I was going to name it George. But now that I know it's a female, it's going to be Gabby. Now I said this town is so close. I wonder, it's only another quarter of a day. It's dangerous because we're getting then close to this other place. But again, if they have go juice, maybe it's worth it. So let's go. We're really stretching her here. I guess I could have named her Georgia. But it's already Gabby, so that's what it is. So, health. Let's just calculate this again. 6 days before she falls into a coma. We got 1.2 days to here. And then another quarter backtracking. And then maybe 2 or 3 getting back. We're going to be really cutting it close. And that's not incorporating sleep time. We're really cutting it close. I don't know if she's going to make this, but we have to try. She's going to be in a coma anyway, so we have to try. Maybe Martin should start researching now. Martin, we're going to make a priority for you to research. I mean, I also need you to plant some seeds, though, too. After Rex. After you train Rex, I need you to sow some seeds. Alright, so we sent Ally off in search of Go Juice because she's going to go into a coma very soon if she doesn't get it. She went from our town of Hope to High to Comba Plateau. Nothing. No Go Juice. But she did get psychoid leaves so we could refine our own Yayo. And she also got the Nutrimine that we need. We don't know how to make Go Juice yet. Martin's going to start researching it. But she's going to take a risk. She's going to go to Yam's encampment and try to see if they have Go Juice or something that she needs. Along the way, she's going to get Jackson on the way back, and he'll join us. And hopefully she makes it back in time before she goes into a coma. So tune in for the next episode to see how Ally does. See you next time.